right? We're already rolling.
Yeah.
We're hot and everything. No, it's fine. It's
and
good.
we can film it.
Guns and barbecue and everything.
Yeah.
I just got me an electric smoker. I know I'm lazy.
Get this timestamp right now.
I'm excited though.
It's gonna be fun.
Friggin' blast.
It is. It just opens up so many doors with the space, like the space there. I mean, having been just in it last night, like it's not much smaller than this room.
Honestly, I feel like it's
when we leave here.
this.
We should all go there when we leave here so I can see it. That's what
Let's wrap it up quick and we'll go down to like a 20-minute episode and we'll do it.
All right.
But are we going to go ahead? Is that what we're doing? We're doing an episode right now. So, okay, this is what we're doing. This is our last episode of Burnham Podcast being recorded and filmed in this room.
In this room. Stay with us.
In this room.
Not the last episode.
Not the last one
Just
ever.
the last one here.
Just the last one here because we're going to Rancho de Tango.
Kris Pyle's just going to spill all the beans. Never mind, I'm hosting the show with my name on it or whatever. You go right ahead.
I like talking. Hey, all right, scratch that. Go, Danny.
No, you're good. You're good. It's exciting though, right?
It is exciting because I just think it's going to be way, way better.
Yeah. Well, I've thought that it was cool being down here in town on Broad Street in the town that I grew up in and loved. And we could just be like, yeah, just come to our place on Broad Street and you can be a guest on our show, like whatever. But it has turned into a grind trying to pay the rent on this place.
And if you're going to grind and make that money, you want to do something fun with it.
Yeah.
Instead of pay the rent.
Yeah, right. And now that we're in a space rent-free, thanks to our really generous donor.
Donor, producer, director.
Right.
Website designer.
Web designer. We got a website. Now we can roll the website out, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a thing. It is theburnhamproject.com. We're throwing a bunch of stuff at you guys early on in this one. But, man, we're getting to the point where what we had envisioned, what we wanted to do.
I think I lied.
What did you lie about?
This ain't the last episode being filmed in here, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
This is why we quit podcasting here in Rome.
Here, we didn't quit podcasting. We quit podcasting.
I didn't know if y'all were going to go until the end of the lease here, or if we were going to go ahead and move this out there.
We're going to the end of the lease here, but the end of the lease is next Tuesday. Actually, it's Sunday. Today's the 26th. We're done on the 1st. We are out.
That's right, because the show's Saturday.
Yeah.
That's right.
Show's Saturday the
okay.
31st.
I'm catching up.
And then
I'm catching up with the date. Here we go.
The next day, we're going to be up here and rounding up
man.
what remains.
I went from one end to the other right there. I went, hey, this is awesome.
You did.
Oh, it ain't really happening.
No.
Oh, now I'm back.
It's a real thing. No, we're done here, man. And it turned into a grind, just trying to make the money to pay the rent, as opposed to funding cool projects like the stuff we want to do.
And we have had fun doing the comedy shows to raise the money.
Yeah.
We'll still do those things in the future, just not here.
Yeah. No, I've been studying rich people lately, and they don't own anything. Like really rich people, somebody like Grant Cardone, doesn't own the house he lives in, he rents it. Well, why would he do that? Well, he's just got to pay the rent. Water heater breaks, it's somebody else's problem. And that was kind of the situation we were in here. We were renting this place, but it was almost like an ownership situation, just from,
John Cena, you can't
this
see
guy,
him.
yeah.
He daily drives a Honda Civic Type R.
Well, there you go. How do rich people stay rich?
He's all
Bing. That's the third episode in a row we've mentioned wrestling.
Oh, really?
Well, that's got to stop.
That
we
shows our
did.
white trashiness.
Sean, our guest who was in here last week, loves wrestling. And we talked about wrestling a good bit.
I don't. I just watch a lot of TikTok and podcast clips and stuff.
We came up in the golden era, I think, of wrestling. Like when we were kids, like the 80s into the 90s.
Well, without Hulk Hogan, you don't have what you have today. I don't care what anybody says. Without Hulk Hogan, you don't have anything.
Yeah, no, there's not.
But we got to see that.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan is like one of my core memories.
Yeah, you got it. We had Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. And
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
They had a cartoon on Saturday morning.
Yeah. Before, that was a major thing. Like when you pretty much only watch cartoons on Saturday morning.
it was such a big deal to see a wrestler in a movie.
Yeah.
Like Hulk Hogan, he did the Rocky movie.
Yeah.
And then he did a movie called No Holds Barred.
Yeah.
With Tiny Zeus.
Tiny Lister.
Yeah. Tiny Lester, is that it?
Lester.
Tiny Zeus Lester or something like that. The big dude, Debo.
Debo from Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when Debo was young and even more like, dude, that dude was scary.
That dude was a monster.
He was Ronnie Coleman before there was a Ronnie Coleman, man. He was big.
Wrestling. We're not wrestling. We're not doing that. We're doing a lot.
I don't even watch wrestling no more.
I don't either. I couldn't tell you.
Put a counter up in the corner from now on.
Bing, wrestling mentions. You got to go back 157 episodes, and there aren't too many in there. There really aren't.
That don't mention wrestling?
No, there are. Most of them don't mention wrestling.
Oh,
probably a lot. No, there's probably 6 of them all time.
I think we mentioned it in the PJ Broom episode.
Possibly.
Definitely. Pretty sure it Kip Buford episode.
I know we mentioned it in the last one I was on.
Last 3 in a row now, but not more than 5, I think.
That's 5 right there.
The challenge to any Burnham Podcast listener that can go out and find us 5 episodes where we mention pro wrestling, going all the way back to episode 2. Episode 1 doesn't count.
How many episodes are there now?
157.
157.
This is number 157. There are 6 unnumbered episodes.
I don't know who's going to do the research, but I would put my money on over 5.
Over 5 that pro wrestling has been mentioned on.
Yes, for sure. Over 5.
I'm going over 5.
Let's give something away. What do we give away?
I don't want it. I don't want anything.
Yeah.
But whoever can go out there and get the information and let us know can have a date with our producer, Tango.
Tango's a dude, and 75% or more of our listenership is dudes.
So, I mean...
So, maybe not that.
Don't sell me up the river like that.
I ain't gonna do that to him.
We'll work on that.
But we'll find something to give away. We do need to do a giveaway. I hear...
I've done one, but it's been a long time.
I hear that the people like giveaways.
I'm still in my fall right now.
Okay.
All right.
This is what happened.
A giveaway. We gave away a Nalgene bottle one time with the sublimated Burnham Podcast logo on it. Thought that was pretty cool. I gave a book away one time. It's been a couple years though, at least, since I've done one of those. We need to do a giveaway. Stay tuned. We're going to be announcing our giveaway very soon as we figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, in light of the new studio and all.
Yeah. We're going to have enough room there to have green screen.
Yeah, sure.
Skits.
Right. green screens, maybe some pyrotechnics. I don't know.
I don't know about that. Stuff. We're not starting a mega church.
Oh. I mean,
that's the one that count how many times we rag on mega churches.
Probably, I bet over 85% of the episodes.
I'm going to say about 100 of them.
I know their entire episode is just dedicated
to that.
Specifically to that. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
How often does Joel Steen get mentioned?
Well, it used to be a deal when like we were going to try to go entire episodes without saying football when Drew was on every episode. Because Drew knows how to coach football, and that's about it. So that's what would always come back around.
His life revolves around a football.
It does.
His life is a football.
Yeah.
It's either in season or out, and it's either game day or it's not. And that's, those are the...
He's not a flat earther or a glober. It's the shape of a football, bro.
It is. He believes the earth is shaped like a football and spins in a perfect spiral.
Spins in a perfect spiral. Tom Brady created it.
That's what the mountain is.
Tom Brady is the football-shaped earth. Jesus. There you go.
So anyway, what were we talking about in all seriousness before? Let's not get into all seriousness. Drew and football. Yeah.
Our new space, what we got planned, the kind of things we're going to be able to do out there that we don't do here.
Man, there will be gunfire.
Yeah, we do have enough room to play with adult toys.
There is a firing range. Let's call them something different.
Yeah, not adult toys.
But they're
sold it at a place.
I set myself up on that one.
There's a firing range on the premises.
There is a firing range. I guess, we can talk about it. It's America.
Yeah, let's roll it out. There's a pickleball / basketball court.
I feel like we're moving out there just so he can film me try all these things.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll get you up on some roller skates on the basketball court.
Yeah, not on roller skates.
We can skate. We can do whatever. We could.
He'll probably give me his one wheel now.
I'll let you ride it.
I don't
Just
know.
sign this waiver first.
It's in the gym. I use it every day for balance.
There's a gym. He's got a workout place in there.
Mm-hmm.
Rancho de Tango is what we're calling it. It's fantastic. Maybe multiple studio sets within the confines, the premises.
Skits
It's
and
a compound.
Yeah,
it's going to change to a compound. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is.
We're moving on up in the world.
Bringing my camper out there and setting up permanently. Me and the kids, we're just going to come out.
If I was in Waco, they'd take me out.
They might. They might. But yeah, we're going to be, lots of fun stuff.
Yep.
It's going to be cool. And we'll be there to record it all. A lot of the stuff we've kind of talked about. We talked about like a cooking show competition type deal at one point, a barbecue cook-off, whatever. Monster Garage, right? This sort of thing.
Yeah.
Something that you'd be into. Tango, we're about to upgrade the garage facilities on the premises there. So lots of fun stuff happening.
Well, I got automotive stuff that needs to be done. We need sponsors.
Yeah.
Kris Pyle needs a transmission.
Kris Pyle needs a transmission in his truck for the third episode in a row. Count that one.
The daggone
It's been a struggle. What kind of truck do you have?
89 F-150.
The brick nose.
The brick nose Ford.
That's your favorite body style?
No.
No? What's your favorite one?
I've always been a square body guy, Chevrolet square body stuff.
Okay,
so, like 73 to 87 or
I've
72 to 80.
Fords,
But they've gotten so common now.
Yeah.
And everybody's building them, and I'm all like, man, I just started, and I was kind of raised all Chevrolet and everything,
Yeah.
and I just had to grow up and develop my own opinion and be like, there ain't nothing wrong with liking other stuff, and I just started liking Ford stuff because I'm a big Carroll Shelby fan, and I'm a big history buff, and when it comes to history, the Ford Motor Company has the coolest history out of Ford, Dodge, and Chevrolet.
That's fair.
Because you got the Mopar brothers, they didn't even own Mopar that long, or the Dodge brothers or whatever. Yeah. They didn't even own Dodge that long. They were drunkards. They started the company and they were okay or whatever, and they ended up losing their company because they didn't know how to behave themselves. So that's just kind of like didn't really kind of fizzled. It's been a corporate company ever since.
Right.
Chevrolet, kind of the same thing. Like the guy that actually his name was Chevrolet was only involved in the first few.
Yeah, not for long.
Not very long in the process. But Ford has always had a Ford person there. Yeah. You had Henry Ford forever, and then it went to his son. His son had it up until he still had it up until whenever. But
and now it's Chris Farley's cousin?
Yeah.
Chris Farley's cousin owns Ford?
Yeah.
No, he's the CEO of it. He ain't the owner.
Well, yeah, he's the CEO. But
who's Chris Farley's cousin?
Shoot.
Not anybody I would know if I didn't follow.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's the one who went from this weird, we're going to make EVs and all these puny things. Okay. So we're going back to American muscle and making mean things.
Yeah.
So,
and that's another thing, in Dodge, they're taking out a lot of their hot rod stuff and going more towards the electric thing, and Chevrolet is too. Like they're cutting out the Camaro again and everything, and I'm like, man, Ford seems to be the only ones, in my opinion, that are kind of consistent and kind of push the envelope, because Chevrolet, how do our viewers even care about this kind of stuff? This hot rod stuff.
We're gonna find out.
I guess we'll find out. But Chevrolet still playing with the push rod motor, in which the LS platform and the LT1 platform and all that is great motors. Yeah. They're cheap and they're abundant, and you get a lot of power out of them. But I mean, it's still a push rod motor, and I like that. I like it. But you look at the Coyote that Mustang has or Ford has, and they're getting like 900 horsepower out of a naturally aspirated motor. And I'm like, it's hard to deny that the technology's winning over here.
Yeah.
Because you take that same boost that you would put on the LS to make however much horsepower and put it on that Coyote, you're going to travel through time. You know what I mean?
I mean, the GT3 is like the prime example. That's their race car.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll.
We're not sponsored by Ford, but what
We're
a
not.
fantastic idea that would be.
But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just a dork, and I get into
You're a car
the
guy.
history part of it too.
Well, it's cool that like it's more than just about the symbol on the grill.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, yeah, I know the history of the company too, and Ford. I mean, as far as preserving their own history,
Yeah.
they've done it the way. But I was kind of like you, though.
Well, you know how, and this is another thing. Carroll Shelby wanted to go to Chevrolet. He wanted to build his car with Chevrolet, and he went to them, and they were like, "Oh, we don't want to get into the racing thing because we're a family car business." And Ford was like, "Hey,
let's go fast.
check this
Let's go
out."
fast. Let's whoop Ferraris.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies ever is Ford versus Ferrari. I think I've mentioned that before.
Yeah,
but
that's a good
that is
one.
a great movie.
When what Ford versus Ferrari came down to for me was the price tag, and I can't afford a Ferrari.
Yeah.
But I remember buying my first ever Ford, and I'd only had Chevrolets, and I'm a Chevrolet guy.
Yeah.
Man, it was a '74 Ford F100 trailer special.
Yeah.
And it needed a paint job desperately. It was hideous, but otherwise it was.
And the paint job
perfect.
it got was hideous.
Yeah, that guy.
It was about the color of that pen. Maybe a little lighter.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was some paint that
It was
somebody
some
had
baby
laying
blue.
around. It
Yeah.
was not the grabber blue, which is actually a Mustang color.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's not
No
what we-
cell blue.
Not what we got. It was
We'll
like
call
somebody painted it in a windstorm, and it got like 6 miles to the gallon. But it was fantastic. I
A
loved
tornado came and they just kind of threw
it. They
some
were like,
paint out
"Yeah,
there,
some
and it
paint out
went.
there on it." Toss it out into the wind.
I watched them do it.
It looked good. What is it? The 50-footer rule? Is that the?
Yeah.
You look at it from far away and like, oh, that's
I'm pretty
cool.
sure I sat on the couch in the corner of the shop and watched them do it, going, "Man, that's gonna look."
That's gonna look terrible. Yeah. What a cool old truck though. You know, the steering
It
wheel
was
this big, you
steering
know?
wheel huge in
Yeah,
it, man.
yeah,
You ever seen a steering wheel like a '57 Vet? Those things are.
yeah.
They're like
driving a wagon, like a wagon
ship.
wheel,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just need to put the little things on
the
it.
little
and have a
handles
ship.
on there. Yeah,
Nautical notches.
Yeah, there
yeah,
you go.
yeah. So we talking about cars here, and we're not talking about pro wrestling. We got away from that. But
You mentioned it again, though.
You
I
brought
did.
it
I know, I
back.
brought it back around. It is,
But it's
what
not
it is.
football.
It's not football. It's not football. I'm super excited about our new
Or politics.
gigs or politics. It could be politics. I've got politics on my list tonight.
Man, Chris, I feel like such a poser to say the 2010 Ford Raptor is like my go-to like favorite.
Oh, we're
truck
back to
of all
cars?
time.
I don't think that's
Because-
poser at all.
No.
Because like it's the first gen Raptor. It was the secret project they were working on that they ended up running at Baja with nobody knowing, and it finished. And it's like now we're gonna roll it into production. Oh, by the way, the truck that ran, all that's changed is we put a roll cage.
Yeah.
That's it.
So how does Ford get into the Baja with nobody knowing? Something like that makes some ripples at the gate, you know?
They just ran a truck and they're like, oh, it's a Ford truck. Oh, okay.
Just Ford.
And the first ones were V8 turbos, right?
My God,
and
the
now they're
6.2.
and now they're V6. now
Like
they're
Tango
V6
song.
turbos, but they're still fast.
They're fast as heck, but my giant expedition, I'm a Ford guy through and through. Every vehicle I've
Oh.
owned is a Ford,
Yeah, he's a-
except for
The Honda.
my Honda Civic and my first car that was a Pontiac Fiero.
This thing, you should have seen it.
Fieros were dope.
He had,
I love
he
it.
had the Fiero.
It's the best.
It was not the best. It was,
It was so
it was
fun.
cool.
Did
Though.
it ever catch on fire?
No.
Man, they were known for catching
Not
on
even
fire.
once.
I've
It
seen
was a little go-kart that went zoom, zoom.
I've seen several of them burnt down on the side of the road
Well,
growing
they
up.
didn't like have a radiator or something, right? Would they have some
No,
kind of
it
weird
was
cooling
the
system?
magnesium block.
Yeah.
The magnesium block in the engine. When it was struck, because magnesium's real weird,
Yeah.
so it takes that impact and it ignites instantly.
Yeah, the block catches on fire.
Well, that
'Cause
sounds
it
terrible.
get-
It's a
it get-
mid-engine car. You're in trouble.
It soaks in the oil and the fuel and all
Yeah.
that, and it soaks into that magnesium, and then maybe you have a spark plug wire arc or something, and then whoosh.
Yep.
I
whole
never
back
knew
end's going.
why they would blow up
I
like
remember
that.
the first
but
time
knew
I
they
ever went to
would.
Gatlinburg or wherever up there with the Dragon. You doing that curvy road up
Yeah,
there,
yeah, the tail of
and
the
on the
Dragon.
side of the road there was a freshly burnt, still smoldering Fiero.
2 or 3 burned up Fieros. Just,
I got to sit in one a couple years ago. I was working at a shop and one came in. I was just curious if I'd fit in it because I really like those little cars. People, if I was little enough, I would have a Miata. But anyway, I wanted to see if I could fit in it.
Yeah.
No.
Not happening.
No. I mean, I think I could modify it and make myself some room.
Yeah.
But the way they come, no.
Yeah.
I was tiny back then. I was like 17 and
little skinny guy.
Booping around.
I was just thinking, I don't know if I ever rode in that
But
car.
I don't think that's a poser thing because I mean, first of all, you're 20-something years younger than me, so your hot rod is that Raptor. That's what you grew up. That's what you grew up seeing. Going, golly, that's bad, and it is bad. If I could give me a blank check right now and say, go buy yourself a brand new truck.
I was 16 when that truck came out.
You give me a blank check, say go buy yourself a brand new truck. It's gonna be the Raptor or like a dang King Ranch. It'll be one or the other. Those King Ranches, got the leather interior, the saddle leather interior and everything. Man, those trucks are
Jessica's grandmother drives one of those.
Really?
She's 85. She drives a King Ranch.
A big 4-door King Ranch.
Getting after it, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the rumble.
Yeah, I'm a gearhead. I'm dumb about it.
I mean,
I love it.
I've spent many a evening in the shop with the boys. You know, you have too. It's just like a rite of passage thing that you get to at some point. And it ain't even about what you're getting done in there. It's just hanging out with the bros.
Yeah,
everybody's hands are a little bit dirty, and getting it done.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Well, I have a son-in-law, and I try my best to use him. Because he's young. He can get down on the ground. Climb under there. He can do all that stuff. I'm like, I made him help me lower my truck. I'm like, yeah, come over here. And then something happened. He had to leave. I'm like, you getting out of this.
Suddenly something came up, right?
Had to leave. Had to leave when it was going back together.
Right.
So
I gotta get out of
by
here.
the time they got back, I was putting the last bolt on, putting it back together. I'm like,
yeah, I see.
This seems very suspicious.
Hey guys, I got a project. You want to build a Fox body together?
Yes, let's do it.
Done.
Fox body. Here we go.
If you're wanting
build a Fox body and run it.
Heck yeah, let's do it, boy. I got
Fox
you down.
bodies are.
Yeah. I'm with you.
For it.
Yeah, this is one of them things you guys pitch out there, and in my mind starts going 10 different directions.
Well, I can build our motor.
I know you can.
Everything else is just to order it
Motor
and put it
build
together.
guy, right?
Yeah. Fox body's a perfect platform for running in a straight line.
It is. It absolutely is. All right, we're making that happen. Burnham Podcast, Fox Body Marathon. Dragway. I don't know. We'll challenge some other podcast to build a car and race against them.
Or an Opel.
An Opel.
Opel GT. You know, did you say that when you probably too busy. I'll show you a picture of it. I had posted it on Facebook yesterday. Yeah, he was probably too busy. A red Opel I saw yesterday. Opel GT.
I can't tell you last time I saw an Opel.
Opel made by Buick. They come with little motors, but you can put a better motor.
Well, when you say little motor,
it's like a little 4-cylinder, I think. 4 or 6-cylinder.
Like a little motor.
Because they're little cars.
Yeah,
they're like the size of like a Datsun 270 or something.
Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know what kind of car I'm thinking about. When you say
Opel GT. Opel had several different cars. A couple of them kind of look like the Datsuns, like the 4-door ones kind of look like Datsuns. But the Opel GT was, I would say it was like a mini Corvette Cobra clone. Like from the back, it kind of has that old school Cobra look, but from the front, it's got that long front. It kind of looks like a vet. And the headlights do this.
Oh, the Opel GT.
The headlights go.
What?
Like the headlights go.
Oh, they do the whole turny thing?
They go. Good. So they're closed, they're open. Closed, open. Yeah, they spin over. Instead of
so it's
flipping.
like a little
these.
Miata winking lights. Oh, those are so cool.
They used to make them with like what they got. I think they were called the weathers in the back window.
The louvers.
Louvers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty. I love it. It's like an old vet, but
yeah, it looks like
and they're small,
like the 70s models, and it's about the same time frame.
They're small. You put 10-inch tires behind on the back of that car.
Yeah, they're two people
and it's
riding
carrying
in
the
that
front
car,
wheels.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
One of my
what a cool old car.
favorite dreams was a Triumph is it the TR7?
Yeah.
That had the V8, but it was a mid-engine V8, and it was the tiny little itty-bitty car.
The Triumphers, there's a guy in my neighborhood that's got like 3 of them.
Is he the one that drives them all year round?
Yeah, with no top and a scarf and a giant cigar.
Giant cigar and a scarf. It can be 25 degrees and he's riding down the road. His is a V8. He's got one with a V8 in it.
His is a monster.
And he's just riding around with his cigar.
I've never seen the top of this car. He lives 2 blocks down from me.
It's never had a top.
Yeah, he's just riding.
Not in the last 20 years I've known him.
Yeah, I've never seen it in the rain, but he gets out here when it's 15 degrees outside.
I love it.
Yeah.
With a V8.
He looks like
midget.
El Duce from the Boondock Saints. But
yeah,
like he really does.
The dad?
Yeah. But I'm like, don't mess with that guy. But he seems really cool.
He is a cool guy. I've met him before.
I've never actually met him. I just see him all the time.
He used to come in the shop.
We have a mutual respect. We both drive odd automobiles, so we're on the same page. I don't know if that's true or not, but he waves.
Cool. He's cool. You see his hair.
Yeah, his hair and beard blowing, scarf around his neck.
He's living his best life, man.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know what he does besides drive that car around all the time. Maybe he's
he's retired.
Successful career as a well-paid rich person.
I think he did something back then where he don't have to do anything now.
He's taking care of his money, not like the rest of us that are going to work till lunch on the day of our funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we at on time?
Unless we get successful.
30 minutes in.
30 minutes in.
And we haven't gotten to any.
We haven't covered any subject matter at all. But whatever.
We're gonna call this a teaser episode where we.
Yeah, we unleash the. All right. So should we do like a legit rundown of what's going on? We pulled up this Opal a second ago. Just another example of what the capabilities we'll have in the new place. TV on the wall.
And we can be like, boom.
Tango just put it up. There's your Opal. It's up there now. Wow. Check that out.
We're gonna be like Rogan.
Yeah,
we'll be better.
I've never made any bones about the fact that I ripped off his entire formula to try to do that. Like his idea was my idea.
Working.
My idea was his idea.
It's working.
It's 160 some odd episodes. We're still around. People coming through and they listen.
Most podcasts end by number 7, so
yeah,
you're
7
well past that.
7 is the average, like the high end average, because it turns into a commitment. People are like, I gotta do this every day or whatever.
Well, we got plans to make it better, and
we do.
And with that,
you can also buy Tango's artwork right off the wall here.
You can't have that picture over there.
Yeah, the batter over here is spoken for. But the rest of this stuff, man, if you guys see something on the wall behind us you want, we'll wrap it up and ship it to you.
Yeah,
it's for sale all the time. You can't have my hammer.
We should make that like a regular thing.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Of having stuff in the background
There's
people can buy.
Not like NFTs where you own it, but it sits on this desk right here. But like, isn't that how an NFT works?
No, it'll get shipped to you.
But yeah,
you'll have it at your house.
It'll fund Tango's adventures, and he can go grab more shots like this. Tango took all of these pictures.
And if you look at this picture right here, you know what you can tell from that erosion right there?
What's that?
Is that the water used to be much higher.
Geologist now.
I will tell you something funny on that one. You can actually see it split right down the middle. So when I made the 8 or 9 mile hike out, and it was raining the whole time walking through Nevada, through the mountains, we get to the center of the Hoover Dam, and it's snowing on the Arizona side and raining on the Vegas side.
Oh,
so you
wow.
can actually see in the picture there are snow flurries on the right-hand side and rain on the left.
That's a good picture. It's got a lot of good colors in it.
The texture on the water and everything is fantastic.
The water is a good, dark, deep green.
I'm colorblind, so I'm just working with what I've got here.
What do you see? You
stuff,
don't see the green in that water, do you?
There's no green in that water.
You don't see the green in it at all?
No, I can see the green in it because if
You're
it
lying.
were like the ocean, I wouldn't be able to see.
I feel like
any.
you're lying, but that's okay.
I mean, it just looks dark. It just looks dark. And dark is what I would associate more with green.
Would you
than
not?
blue.
I thought people that were colorblind don't see red or green.
If there was somebody in the water there in like a red inner tube, I might not be able to find them.
So you don't see red?
Well, I just thought that I don't see red. I don't see it well next to green.
But
like
your hair
green.
is red. That's weird.
Isn't it weird? It seemed like I'd be blind for one of the colors, that's not part of my
That's
makeup.
a primary color, too, red.
Roy G. Biv.
Huh?
Red, orange, green, blue, indigo, violet. The colors of the rainbow.
I don't know.
RGB.
I thought it was this red, green, and yellow was the primary colors.
Is that right? This is not a conversation that I should be in.
I thought it was red, green, red, green, blue.
Maybe it is.
Red, orange, green, blue.
Maybe it's red, green, blue.
No. Red, green, blue is your primary colors for lights.
We did not pay attention
doing?
in first grade, did we?
It didn't matter. I'm colorblind. These are all just words. Blah, blah, blah. Show me. You can't. You can't.
I think I told a story about working for the electrician that was colorblind.
Oh,
Yeah.
There was a colorblind electrician?
Yeah, I ain't told that story. Oh, yeah, I worked for this dude ran an electric company. He owned it. Him and his brother owned it, and I worked for him. His name was Cran. He's gone now, but he was a great dude. I was young and dumb, but anyway, yeah, he was colorblind. So you never got Cran to come check a junction box to see if it was live or not, because you didn't know if he checked the right wire or not. So this one time, we're up in North Carolina helping this other company. The other company got in a mess, and they called in us. It's looking for another company to come bail them out.
Yeah.
So we go up there, work with them a week, and was like, nah, y'all have screwed. y'all have messed this up way beyond. But anyway, the week we were up there, you walk into the movie theater, and on the walls, you got the big light boxes with the movie posters in it. Well, on this one, it was doubled, so each box had 2 posters in it. The power came in here. You ran a piece of flex over to a box so you'd have power in both places. Well, my buddy's over here checking on these wires, and he's like, He's like, man. He's like, man, this thing. I was like, there's no power in mine. If there's no power to mine, there shouldn't be any of yours, but get somebody to check it.
Yeah.
So he goes and gets Cran. Cran comes over there. They don't even check. The one he's already ran his flex over here, so they're checking this one, and he's like, "There's no power in this. Whatever, work." And calls him a couple of 4-letter words that implies he's not so much of a man. And then he don't make it 10 foot away, and my buddy clamps into a wire and he goes, "Oh!" Just blows out of the wall. I'm like, I told you don't go get Cran to check the dang wires, man. He's going to check the wrong wire. He ain't never going to check the right wire because he can't see them.
Oh, my God.
Dude just stepped away from the wall and was all like, I'm done.
I don't work here anymore.
We left that job, and a week later, somebody got killed on it.
Oh.
Because that same thing happened to them while they were in one of the big theater rooms.
We've got a capacity for electric shock, and once you exceed that, we're in trouble.
Well, he was in the big theater room at the top of an extension ladder and snapped into it, and it threw him through like 20 foot of ceiling grid, and then he came down, that 40 foot. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
Went real dark real quick.
Don't let Cran check
All
your
right.
work.
Back to the lighthearted
anyway,
news.
the new place is wired with the latest of technology.
And we don't have to wire it, so I'm good.
We don't have to wire it. It is already wired when we get there. We're just going to walk in and sit down and press record, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Besides setting up our tables and everything, and
well, I mean,
getting
the
all
initial.
the cool stuff.
The
We
initial
got
setup.
new chairs too.
We do have new chairs.
More comfy.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have spared no expense. Yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a major upgrade.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's wrap this. Let's go through the list. Come on, focus,
dude. If we get
fire.
If we get into this list, we'll be here all night. So here's what we'll say. Yeah. So this is gonna be the last comedy show. By the time you watch this, the comedy show was last night.
Yeah.
And it was the last one that we're doing in this place. We're going to continue that, renting a place somewhere else and just pushing the brand of Whole Wit Comedy, using it to fund Burnham projects, paying myself into a corner when I named this thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I didn't realize that it was going to become projects either. So there's that. But, so that's what's going on there. But new stuff, new shows within the Burnham Project. I didn't know how easy it was to start your own streaming service. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. Not next week. Don't look for this next week or even for Christmas. Give us some time. But I know Tango's over there like in a cold sweat now. But by the time we get to that point, we'll have a team of producers that you'll be in charge of. And you can pass some of that work down the line. But a Burnham Project streaming service, where you can find all the stuff. I mean, it could just be our YouTube channel.
Word.
But that doesn't seem to be good enough for some of you yahoos out there. So, streaming service, you can pull us up right on Roku. That's on the radar now. I said it.
Roku.
Yeah.
You want to talk about what you asked me the other night?
What did I ask you the other night?
Timestamp.
Yeah. Pause. What did I ask you?
If I wanted to be more of a regular.
Yeah, you want to roll it out like it just happened live on the show? All right, let's do it. All right, time in. Another thing that we're going to add in a more regular manner, if you're okay with it, is Kris Pyle to the table.
You know I'm okay with it.
I know you are. I know you are. And I think that it's going to help us a lot with consistency.
Yeah.
Because we're doing really good. Most of the time we do pretty good. We're pretty consistent. But there's a lot of times, like, was it Monday night we were in here?
Yeah.
And my guest was like, oh, was that tonight? So, like, we don't have celebrities on here and people that can just talk to their publicist and rearrange their schedule and block off, a couple hours to do this. But you're around and you're here and you get what we're trying to do here.
Oh, reliable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that we won't also have guests, but
yeah,
you'll be here consistently.
Yeah. Maybe we'll tag team some here and there or something like that.
That'd be fun.
I would like to do like some roundtable stuff with some people. I would really like to have the guys, all the comedy guys, to do one. I don't know. I've mentioned it to
big table here.
Yeah, we need a big table.
We got a big couch.
Big couch.
Big couch.
Yeah, maybe we make something happen. A YouTube video. If it ain't a podcast, maybe a YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
Something.
We got a whole property for guns and fun.
Guns and fun and hot rod building.
Preston said we could do. I told him, I was like, there's room now for explosions and firearms, and he was like, well, you could have done that in the basement too, but you were scared. And I was like, yeah, I mean, burn the joint down.
No.
Would rather not. But yeah, it's gonna be cool having you on more. Always insightful and colorful.
That's me.
If I was, never mind, I won't say that on air. I'll tell you off air. I always think about who my guest would be if we were doing Rogan. But I don't know. You can think about that one while we jump off.
I'm not gonna go to Rogan because I'm not. You gotta be famous to go to Rogan.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Every now and then I'll hear of somebody that he's had on. Like, oh, that guy.
Well, he did
cool.
I mean, I think if somebody gets a big enough buzz, he got that Oliver Anthony.
Yeah.
Got
a
him
guy like
quick.
Jason Williams, he got on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these days, do a few more comedy shows. You can get on there.
And next time we'll be more focused. We'll have topics.
We will be. This is all a new thing, and we'll be in the new studio next time you see us.
We're just kind of muscling through this to give y'all an update, I guess.
We're just getting on base tonight.
Yeah.
Just getting on base.
On base.
But here we are. God bless you guys. We love you. See you next time.
Bye. I really like that picture. That's like the best. You got the coloring, like the lighting and everything. It's just a classy looking picture, man.
Is that the ball at his knees? What is that?
Yeah,
I think. No, it's a player behind him.
This is a good picture.
Yeah, it really is. He really grabbed that one.
You got a Sharpie somewhere in here?
Look in the bottom of that. Maybe there was a whole thing of pens over there at one point, like 80 of them. Hey, there's a Sharpie.
We got a perfect spot for that clock tower. At my house.
It can come live at your house for $300.
I ain't got $300. I'll take a picture of it and get my own name.
That's what he did over there.
I can have it. Heck
He
yeah.
signed it and everything.
That is awesome. Let's leave it on the wall if it's going to be in the background.
Don't forget it, man. We're about to move out of here. You'll leave that.